Hi guys, so today's story is called The Not So Scary Snorklum by Paul Bright and Jane Chapman. The setting sun glowed orange as the scary Snorklum stomped home to his cave on the hill. I'm late, he thought, and his whiskers began to wibble in a wobbly sort of way. Then he met Mole, and although his head told him he was late, his tummy told him he was hungry. I am the scary Snorklum, he growled, and I am going to have Mole's sandwich for tea, with a little salt and pepper and a chunky pickle. If you are the scary Snorklum, said Mole, why are you wibbling in your whiskers in a worried sort of way? Whiskers wibbling? Snorted Snorklum. Worried? What nonsense! Nothing worries a Snorklum. He put the mole in his pocket to eat later and hurried on his way. Oh, goodness. There goes Mole in the pocket for snack time later. The sinking sun glowed red as the scary Snorklum hurried home onwards up the hill. I must be home by dark, he said, and his tail began to twitch in a timid sort of way. Oh, it sounds like he's a bit nervous, guys. Then he met Rabbit, and although his head told him he was very late to go home, his tummy told him that a rabbit pie would be even better than a mole sandwich. I am the scary Snorklum, he snarled, and I am going to have rabbit pie for tea with chips and gravy. If you are the scary Snorklum, said Rabbit, why are you twitching in your tail in a timid sort of way? Tail twitching? Snorted Snorklum. Timid? Oh no, Snorklums aren't timid. They're scary, really scary. He put Rabbit in his bag to eat later, and he hurried on. I wonder why he's in such a hurry, guys. What's the hurry, Snorklum? The sun dipped and disappeared as the scary Snorklum raced up the hill. I am so late, he said. I must be home by night time, and his knees began to knock in a nervous sort of way. Then he met Badger, and although his head told him that he was very, very late, his tummy told him that Badger stew would be even tastier than rabbit pie. I am the scary Snorklum, he roared, and I am going to have Badger stew for tea with peas and dumplings. Oh, there goes Badger. If you really are the scary Snorklum, said Badger, why are you knocking your knees and twitching in your tail, said Rabbit, and wibbling in your whiskers, added Mole. Are you the scary Snorklum or a scared Snorklum? They don't think he's the scary Snorklum. Or maybe they don't think he's very scary. Or maybe, said Badger, you're not a Snorklum at all. Of course I am a Snorklum, said the Snorklum, quite forgetting that he was in a hurry. I can prove it. And when I'm done, I will eat you all up for tea. I have heard, said the badger, that a scary Snorklum can scare the leaves off the trees with a single stare of the eyes. I can do that, said Snorklum. Just you watch. He screwed up his face and he started to stare. Arrgh! The tree shook and shivered, and their leaves fell, fluttering to the ground. Okay, so he proved that one right. He was able to look at the tree and the leaves fell off. Must be a Snorklum then, right? Not bad, said the rabbit, but a gust of wind could do that very easily. I have heard that a scary Snorklum can scare birds out of the sky with a single word. Easy, said the Snorklum. He took a long, deep breath and roared. The birds all flew down from the sky and hid in the trees and bushes, very scared. They were trembling with fear. That's two things now that he was able to do to prove he was a scary Snorklum. But the birds settle in the trees at night anyway, said the mole. And you can't be a scary Snorklum because I have heard that if a scary Snorklum stays out after dark, he goes... Uh-oh. Is it after dark yet, guys? He goes... Poof! Ah! What's happening to the scary Snorklum? The sun has set. Poof! What's happening to him? He looks like he's shrinking. Eek! Said the little Snorklum. As darkness finally fell, the scary Snorklum, for he really was a scary Snorklum, shrank with a puff and a flash and a cry into a teeny tiny little Snorklum. You tricked me, he squeaked. But when I've got grown big and scary again, I'll be back. And next time, I'll have you for breakfast. Look how teeny tiny he is. He's not big and scary anymore. The animals tricked him. They made sure that the sun set so that he would shrink. So maybe all along, the animals knew he was the scary Snorklum. And they just wanted to make the time go longer so that the sun would set, because they knew what was going to happen to the scary Snorklum once the sun had set. I want you now to think about who was the main character? Who was the story about? What was his name? What was the storyline? What happened in the beginning of the story? What happened in the middle of the story? And what happened at the end of the story? Who else were the characters in the story? Who else was in the story? Was there a rabbit in the story? Who were the other animals? Can you think of some of the words that were in the story? What was your favorite part of the story? Did you like the story? Or maybe you didn't like it so much. And you know what? It's okay, because not everybody has to love all storybooks. But I really hope you enjoyed this story. Bye, guys.